Hello everyone, and welcome to Devlog number 10. We are here, double digits finally, and I know it's been a very long time since you all have seen a devlog video from me here on YouTube, but there's very good reason for that, and we'll get into that later on. To start off today, we're going to go over the basic changes that have been made to Doc's Deathmatch, the big gameplay changes, and then we're going to get into our freshened up pirate ship map and a brand new map that I like to call Hound. Now we will jump into preview mode here to check out our first update, which is an overall and overarching update across all three of our maps now. And this is something that I actually picked up as we run around the OG map. This is really a great place to show it off. Pay attention to the trees that are close to us, the trees that are far away, and how this rendering changes as we get closer to them. But this was a little tidbit that I picked up during our game jams. We'll talk more about those later, of course, but for now you can see this rendering has changed. Way off in the distance we have this fog and this haze fall off. This helps bring attention to what's right in front of us in a shooting game, a little bit more focus, and also makes it a little bit tougher to see far away, especially in shadowed areas. Now I'm hoping this creates more movement, but also it should help bring out a little character and sort of an art balance between all three of our maps and the two new maps that we have going forward. Now you guys can see here I actually have all three maps pulled up onto our terrain here, and this fog falls over the whole terrain, so every single map that we have, that fog will be present. I'll give you guys a little preview of the new map here before we jump into it. But as you can see, that fog depth is present in all maps, and it'll help us just sort of tie them together with these three maps and with the two other ones that we have planned. Now, another big update that comes with its own pairing of a smaller update, as you guys can see along the very top of the screen right now, our rounds only go to 15 kills now. This is down from 50. Now, I decided to make this move for a few reasons. Number one being the playership here in core. Now, sometimes it's a little hard to get full lobbies. It's really better to play any game on core that you want to play with your buddies. We have scheduled times on stream coming out at the end of this week. Be sure to look for those, where we will be online playing guaranteed times every week, so you know when to check in. But regardless, these kills, these matches only go to 15 kills now. That way players can cycle through the maps, see the old maps, see the new maps, and experience the game in whole, all without having to wait for other players to show up to play. Now, the smaller gameplay, little change, not really an addition, it's actually a subtraction, goes along with these 15 kill rounds. From now on, there is no more regenerating HP in the game. We are back to straight up kills, straight up damage for body shots and headshots, and back to our true competitive 3-on-3 nature. Get rid of the camping, get rid of the hide and seek. It's Doc's Deathmatch, baby. The most exciting news, I'm gonna stay in the editor here just for now. We'll end this video tonight with some actual live gameplay footage, but for now I'm in the editor and I want to show you guys exactly what changed in the pirate ship map, exactly what's going on in the new map, and you get to see it from a bird's eye point of view that you normally don't get to see as a player. So starting off here in the pirate ship map, you guys can see we have some really big changes to the ship. These masts, these sails, I think they're banging. I'm super happy with how they came out. It's something that I struggled to find the right exact piece for so long in the core primitives, but we got it done. We have these awesome sails on our ship now, and I think it really finishes bringing this to life, along with, of course, all in everyone's face right now are our new palm trees. Now, shout out to Noob Dad Gamer for helping me make these palm trees right here. But these are actually placed pretty strategically across the map, and we're going to get into that here. Now, as we look from bird's eye straight down, well, almost straight down on the map here. As we look down, bird's eye view on the map, we know that the spawn points are in the four corners, and there's actually one spawn point underwater, just in case these corners are being camped out. It is actually very safe to spawn in the water on this map. So we have our 3 spawn points sort of on the back row of each side of the map here. And these trees have been strategically placed to give players cover from the ship as they zip line and move across the beach fronts. Now, along with this, certain trees, like this tree right here, sort of in the middle of the frame, and as we sweep around and look at the other point of view over here, some of these bigger trees, players can actually run up the tree, jump up the tree, and the clearance is just enough to make it from the edge of the trunk to the deck of the ship. This happens on both sides, and it happens in really key places. Certain spawns in the map do have their advantages, and these trees are here to help try to balance that going forward. Now, some of you all might remember on a stream on my Twitch channel not too long ago, we were actually working on placing these trees in the map live. And I went from about 80 trees to the number you see now. And the reason for that was we kind of turned these beachheads into jungles, and I was afraid that the fighting would become centered on the beaches instead of on the main deck of the ship, which is still the goal of this map. Now, this might be adjusted, some trees might be moved going forward, but I think we hit sort of a sweet spot with where we ended up here. Now, to begin to end our video, I'm going to show you a bird's eye view once again of the brand new map. Now, this might look like a mess, and it might look simple, and that's because it is truly both things. We're going to dive into this map here and sort of my thought process and how it came together. So as we can see down here from the player point of view, this map is actually in massive scale. These rocks are huge. The elevation changes throughout. We have some floating rock platforms. We have some that are just rising straight out of the ground. And we actually have these ledges along all of the sides that players can run and jump on to help traverse this map. Now, my thought in creating this map, as you can see, this is one of the highest platforms on this map that I'm standing on. And as we look around here, you can see the pirate ship map way off in the distance. You can see the edge of our OG map way over here. But as we're looking here, you can see that the elevation over the course of this map changes pretty dramatically. Now, one team ends up on the right side of this map over here, while another team ends up on the left side over here. Those are the spawn points. I'm not going to give them away because I want players to play through it and not be camping them to start out. But as you can see here, there's going to be lots of crazy angles, lots of high ground, lots of movement to be had in here, and this truly is one of the more monstrous maps that we've built here for Doc's Deathmatch. Now, as we look back on the 3 maps here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut to some live gameplay. Shout out to Noob Dad Gamer if you're doing this with me here tonight. We're gonna get a nice look at the new map, at the updated pirate ship map, and of course, maybe a few little highlights from our OG map here. But going forward for Doc's Deathmatch and for devlogs on the channel here, just a few notes. I mentioned earlier we have been gone for quite some time. That's because we have 2 new video games that are both available to play on the core platform. Now, both of these games were made by myself and a team of other creators for game jams. We'll get more into those in our next 2 devlog videos, which will feature each of those games respectively. After we are done with those 2 videos, we will be coming back to devlog number 13 here in Doc's Deathmatch, where we will be showcasing 2 brand new maps. That's right, 2 brand new maps that will be using some of the brand new tile set and art pieces and primitives that Core is releasing tomorrow. Now, like always with my YouTube videos here, I want to thank you guys for watching and let you know that everything you see here in the devlog today, meaning the new map, the game updates, etc., it is all available to play live right now for you and your friends. Check it out. The link is below in the description of the video, along with all the other information on my channel and my content creation. Be sure to check it out, and I'll see you next week for devlog number 11.